the first time I get COVID is when my brain changes. It's also when my frontal lobe kind of develops, and it's.
Oh, it
so
developed and then it canceled
both.
it out.
Yes. It definitely feels like the first time I had that. That's when at least like I remember before I got COVID for the first time, the amount of shit that I was able to post online was. I look back and I go, how did I do that? How did I ever like post daily 5 times a week or whatever? Like I was making so much stuff and I remember it not being that hard and now it feels impossible. So I'm like, that's interesting. But I've also made every single YouTube video that I've made that has done well or that I've been proud of has been after COVID. So maybe it gave me a new muscle.
The frontal lobe developing, it's a double-edged sword.
Truly. It's the curse of knowledge, the curse of information.
The burden of just a massive brain.
Hey, AdobeMAX last week. Wow, isn't that crazy?
Allegedly.
We are recording this before that.
And if things go to plan, and they will, we will have seen the horrors presented to us by the overlords. Dear God, I'm scared.
Unimaginable horrors.
$10 billion AI generated remix where they actually just hunt you down and kill you and rob you instead.
I am curious as to what I saw in very quick AI news. I had a very distressing moment yesterday where I found the clip from OpenAI announcing Sora 2, their new video generating model. I don't know if you saw this. Probably did the rounds on
security.
X.
The security footage one?
I mean, I saw like a compilation of stuff. So there might have been the security footage in there. I mainly saw the anime one. That was probably the most concerning because that was a direct replicating an illustration style, right? And it was like pretty crazy, right? It was like, oh God. But then I've always been like this with AI where I try and like think of what it will actually do for the design industry, for the art industry, like for creativity in general. And I do think it's like scary realistic, right? But I also think like it's at a point now where that felt like a pretty significant jump, but I don't know what jumps it could go to after this because it's like already pretty bang on, right? So I think at this point it's now like handing a kid a Nintendo DS that has every single game ever made on it. The kid's not going to spend too much time on one game or another. It's just going to bounce through all of the games and then get bored and probably look for a book, something more like more significant, more fulfilling. Yeah. And I think that's the only positive thing I can take away from that is like potentially this is going to be, now that you have the ability to create any video that you want, create any anime that you want, doing anything like that, you're going to do it and then go, oh, that was cool. Do it again. Oh, that was cool. And then you just won't be interested anymore. I think people will get bored of it really quickly. I feel now that it's like reached that point. And then I hope they'll seek the more human stories, more human creativity, which is, then I think the bubble bursts. I think that's my prediction a month before this episode comes out. I think hopefully in a month.
How things can change in a month.
Yeah.
I know. I agree. I feel like it's similar to like how, like super rich, like ultra mega wealthy people, like the things that they do for like entertainment and thrill seeking, like the stakes just only become increasingly higher and higher because nothing will fulfill them because it's like, it's too much of a good thing type of thing. Like there's nothing to like aspire to. And I feel like humans are really like, it's like a really natural draw of like, we love aspiring to do things. We love to make things. It's what, really sets like humans apart from like other things is that we have like this additional awareness of like wanting to do and make things as like a society. And I feel like the bubble will eventually burst with AI because it becomes that too much, like the thrill is too high. There's nothing above it. And you just kind of go like,
yeah,
it's like, it's not going to scratch the itch that people want. It might just be constantly like these quick hits.
Yeah.
But it's like your tolerance is going to get really high. And then it's like nothing is going to feel that way anymore. You're not going to get that like, oh, I can make this, I can do this. And it's like, I feel like you're going to burn through that pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's no like sustainable joy to any of it, I feel.
Yeah.
It's very much like there's nothing good about the destination if you didn't have a journey to get there. Write that down.
Oh, but, well, that's what,
because it's true.
That's what art is. It is entirely about like the unseen, the private, the like journey and exploration of making the product. The end product is just like the byproduct of everything you did in the meantime. Like, it's just, I think that's what makes it interesting, I guess. And I think that that's something that humans will always have a desire for. Like, if you look at, people are like, oh, you just need to accept AI. Like, you know, people accepted photography as an alternative to painting, like doing like portraiture and stuff. It's like, you just need to accept it. And it's like, but there's still like a desire for painting. Like, we still have all of those things to the point where it, you know, like kind of swings back around where it's become a novelty. It's something that people spend time working, cultivating that craft and that practice as a means of like, no, this is really cool. And they're like, well, back in my day, that was what we did as kids, but now the kids are doing it again, type of thing, like collecting like vinyl and CD and stuff. Like, it's the same cycle again, because I think there will always be a novelty in art that people will always have an attraction to it, because it's something that it makes us feel unique and special.
Legit. And I feel like this would be such an easy, like, I just wish Adobe took a stance on generative AI and followed this path where, like, understanding that creatives actually enjoy creating, and they probably
you would
won't
think
get
as a
that
software.
You would think, right?
An
that
art
they would
software.
Like, imagine just like running a whole campaign about how like it's worth the effort is worth it, right? It's not like, and instead of just like being able to type one thing in and going, oh, cool. It's like I think when people have the most fun in something like Photoshop is when they go crazy with it and they forget what they did, and then they just look at the end product and they go, "That's wow! I don't know how we got here, but we did." But now it's like all that you have to do to get there is just to type some stuff in. It's like there's no satisfaction to that whatsoever, and I think they could just. I just wish. It's just a shame. It's just a shame. They really could have done something there. They really could have done something, and you know, maybe they did. At the AdobeMAX. Maybe they did. I don't think they did. Hey,
maybe they're turning a corner.
Yeah. If they do, I'm gonna upload a special episode where I eat an actual hat. I'm gonna eat it piece by piece, fabric by fiber by fiber.
Beautiful. I will join you. We can have a joint hat eating session.
As long as they denounce AI and they say but I mean, most of the talk's already about AI. So, it's pretty grim. It's pretty grim. But I think, you know, with all the shit we like to say about them, wow, Photoshop's got some good tools, don't they?
Beautiful segue. So here we are today doing something that we are obviously very passionate about, pitting menial things against one another.
Dare I say this is the most kelliot topic yet, I would say. This is what I imagine everyone has come to expect from us, and I hope you guys
100%
are not surprised at all when we do this, but we will be deciding in bracket format, in an extensive bracket format. You guys have never seen anything like this. Which Photoshop tool in the toolbar is the best, the definitive guide. So you know what tools to chuck and which tools to keep. Okay? But yeah, it's one of those things where I don't think this is like any free ad. Adobe's funny because everyone uses it most people. I mean, not everyone. I just got to stop saying that because I think there is a growing movement away from it. But it is, everyone knows of it. I don't think you're doing any free advertising for them by talking about which tools are the best, considering how much paid advertising they would have been putting in around this time for every single Instagram designer to talk about the new Adobe Max features, which I can't wait to see personally. It's my favorite time of year.
I am so excited.
Oh, it's the best.
I just can't wait to go, oh.
I just want to go, how much are they paying you? Because they never paid me. They paid me shit all every single time, and they were awful to work with. And once again, I want to say, I said it last year, I've said it several times in this podcast. If there are any design creators out there listening, there are other brands who will pay you 10 times more than what Adobe is offering. More. Holy shit. Just stop working with Adobe and they'll probably reach out to you. At least that's what happened to me when I stopped working with them. Everyone else started to. So can recommend. Same. Can highly recommend. Adobe sponsored content bracket. We've also got a running chat with our producer editor Jared in the chat as well, and there's some good shit coming through. And I think that would be very fun. That would be insane. I reckon there is enough to create a 64 item bracket for the Adobe sponsor and just do and pin designers against each other, pin designers against themselves, especially.
Yeah. Honestly, because I've ended up in things like that. I've ended up in compilations of people, pinning me against other designers. So why can't I do it?
Yeah.
Why can't I return the favor of people being unnecessarily harsh to me for no reason, completely coming out the side of their neck? Unfair, unsolicited.
It's crazy out there.
Unprovoked.
Yeah.
So,
Kelliot will never take any dime from Adobe.
If anything, they only take dimes from us.
Yep, $80 a month, and it could have been $120 if I didn't change from the pro plan to the standard.
Reminder: if you haven't done that already, guys, make sure to check what plan you have so you don't get automatically looped into their new level where they include the generative AI price. So you will be paying more. But if you want to keep the price that you have and you're not using like the
I lose AI credits if I'm on the standard one. That's the only thing I use now.
Oh no, Firefly, no.
I love Firefly, the name of an insect. Not very catchy. Just call it Adobe AI. Oh, that's already Adobe Illustrator's AI.
They're like, fuck.
True. Fuck. That's
rats.
Well, in all honesty, why is Illustrator not like IL? I guess that would look awful next to each other. But AI, like InDesign is ID, right? No, IN?
InDesign.
What is InDesign? They're all, none of them are A this except Illustrator. Illustrator is the only one that is A. The rest of, I've got issues with that.
Is InDesign ID or IN? Is it ID?
It is ID.
Wow. InDesign.
Well, that's just, this is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous what they didn't even have a consistent branding. And we could talk about this for hours, and we will.
And we will, and that's why we have this podcast.
It's true. Today we are going to be doing this bracket. So with that all being said, how about we get right into this thing, eh?
Let's do it.
Let's dig down and let's see. Let's pull up this bracket and show you guys what we got cooking. So here is our bracket that we are working with, put together by Jared. Everyone, say thanks, Jared, in the comments. Look at this. Look at this. If you thought our font brackets were dense in the past, you haven't even witnessed what we're about to get into here. Look at this thing. Look at it. I can't even comprehend it. We have a wildcard section. It's crazy. PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson on the bottom left. Like there's Easter eggs.
Your mind, the way your mind works is really remarkable.
It's incredible. So we're going to be deciding our move and select champion, our paint champion, our drawing and type champion, our retouching champion, and we're going to finish finding our ultimate champion of what is the greatest Photoshop tool. And like we did in the last time, we'll go through it in pretty good detail in the first few rounds. And then as we go on, we're just going to fucking battle these against each other. All right, everyone? So buckle up, strap in, and let us know your champion in the comment section below.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Please get really petty.
Yeah.
Really, really petty. The pettier, the better. That's the energy that I'm personally bringing to this.
These are tools. These are not like the thing with the last one with the fonts and stuff. We had to consider who is using these fonts, who created these fonts, who made them. Are they're gonna watch this? These are tools. No one made these, right? That's how this stuff works. No, shout out to developers. Fuck, they're good
real
people.
Heroes.
And yes, this bracket will be uploaded to Patreon as well for you to complete at home so we can see your dense breakdown, because we would love to see what everyone's got going on, because I think we'll take a good community survey and figure out who the hell is if we got this right or wrong. The community's always right and we are always wrong. That is how this works.
Yes.
Well, let's get into our first one. So at the top left here, we're going to start with the keyboard shortcut L, which of course is our lasso tool. And Kel, our first bracket is between the polygonal lasso tool and the magnetic lasso tool. Eventually, the winner of this will face off against the, would you believe, regular lasso tool.
Now, I really appreciate the inclusion of the magnetic lasso tool because this is a tool that I think about all the time because I cannot think of a more useless tool than the magnetic lasso tool.
I think it has
I feel like
its
a lot
time.
of people, I used to use it a lot.
It had its time. Yeah. It definitely
when
had
I was
its
like
time.
in like high school, I was using it a lot for some reason. I think it was before I used, like now, if I'm cutting something out that requires fine detail, I will use the pen tool and then just make the selection of whatever the shape is that I make with the pen tool. And it's just easier for me to trace with the pen tool. The magnetic lasso tool is like a weird
Early
combination
AI.
of like the polygonal lasso tool and then the select subject.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird, I want to know what they were thinking with this. Like I guess like because there's so many other tools that kind of do what the polygonal lasso tool does. I want to know, do you guys use this tool? I used to use it a lot again when I was like in high school before we had like the better like select subject or object selection type of thing. I used to use this, but I haven't clicked on her in a long time.
My strategy was always because I never learned the pen tool. Like it's still one of the things that I struggle with the most. And
there's a lot of people who don't use the pen tool in Photoshop, and it blows
I reckon
my
it's
mind.
people who started with Photoshop and never touched Illustrator for a while, like me, like who were pretty much exclusively Photoshop. It just was one of those things that it felt wrong to use what is it feels like a vector tool, the pen mainly, in a raster-based software. Whereas the polygonal lasso tool, I would use that every day. That was like my thing.
Yeah.
And I would use the polygonal lasso tool. And then I still do this sometimes when select subject doesn't really do what I want. I'll start with the polygonal lasso tool. And then to round off edges, I just use the eraser and do like on 100% smoothness and just curve shit. And it works great. It works really well. But I've every time I've ever used the magnetic lasso tool, I use it for a bit and then it'll do something I don't want it to do. And then I go, and I just go back to the polygonal lasso tool. Personally, I don't think you can beat the polygonal lasso tool when it comes to.
I think the polygonal lasso tool, she's the GOAT.
I agree. She's the GOAT for this first round.
Yes. Miss Magnetic.
Farewell.
R.I.P. Queen.
And we might as well continue it with this first round here before we go further. Now let's decide who's the winner between this and the lasso tool, because this is pretty major. And I'll state my case. I still think the polygonal lasso tool takes out, because the lasso tool is great for quick stuff, but like just selecting a bloody like a general area
just like
of
grabbing
space.
A thing.
Yeah, just grabbing a thing. Yeah, but why not just use the rectangle? Like the rectangle or the circle. Like it does what other things. Like there's so many versions of the lasso tool that just kind of do the same thing. Whereas the polygonal lasso tool offers a unique perspective, a unique tool set that everyone can appreciate, everyone can use. It is sharp mentally and sharp, like it's physically sharp. It makes you sharper, I think, as a designer. When you're zooming in, you're crunching, you're getting it all out. And I think the end result, or it looks, there is some intentional style to it. I got nothing more to say on that. Whatever.
I agree. I do a lot of fine adjustments with the regular lasso tool.
Interesting.
But that's just because very rarely do I use Miss Eraser.
What's wrong
like
then?
this is the beauty of graphic design, is that there's a million ways to do something.
Truly. Honestly.
And I'm always fascinated by the way, and I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. It's very fascinating to see the way somebody goes about solving a problem in like a program like Photoshop, of like how you would cut something out, because everybody does it so differently. And I feel like I do a lot of fine tuning with the regular lasso, but I feel like you can get really detailed with the regular polygonal lasso tool.
Yeah.
Like you can hit those little dots. Like you can hit all those little tiny points. The regular lasso tool, you have to account for like handshake.
That's true. See, this,
and like
this is
really
what I struggle with.
fine motor stuff. Like if you're using like a Wacom, Wacoms don't have the best sensitivity like an Apple Pencil would on an iPad.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to account for a little bit of that handshake. And I don't think you can do you can't smooth the way the lasso tool moves. Like you can with like
it's
the
not
pen
like the
or
pen,
or
the brush,
the brush tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I have to give it to Miss Polygonal.
Love it. I feel like, the lasso tool feels like you've turned up your mouse sensitivity and you like,
yes,
that feels like exactly. All right. We've crowned our first winner. And at this rate, we're going to be here for 3 hours. So buckle in, everyone. Next up, we have
the selections. Those are personal. Those
they
are
personal. I think that is probably the most heated. This next one, for example, keyboard shortcut V. I think I don't even need to say a word about this and I can choose the winner. I swear. I don't even want to think about like one of them. One of them I actually despise, but I would be interested to hear what you have to say.
Who's on the bottom?
That's the art. Yeah, exactly. Move. What?
See, case in point.
Screw the whole thing. Move tool. Move tool. No one's using the artboard tool. No one uses the artboard tool in Photoshop.
Here's the thing about me.
Yeah.
I have a different hotkey set to V. I have my regular arrow set to V.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Bit odd.
Yeah, apparently.
V is my favorite. V is like, I love V being move. Like we always come back to V. I love that. I
just have that as my regular arrow key.
Yeah.
But I think in the newer versions, I think the default hotkey is that move tool for V. I think in the older versions, it was the regular arrow and then A was the direct selection arrow.
Right.
I'm chopped and unk.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. But you don't use the artboard tool at all?
No.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Didn't even know who she was.
Yeah. I've used it like once before and I'm like, this is not Illustrator. I love it. I love artboards in Illustrator. Photoshop?
Yes.
No. Photoshop,
Do you ever use
layers
multiple
together.
Artboards in Photoshop? Do you ever do multiple artboards in one file?
I group all the layers that would be on the artboard together in one group, and then I have several groups that will represent different artboards. Yeah. And
yes.
Yeah.
I know a designer who does all of their work like in one Photoshop file, but multiple artboards.
Crazy.
And then she'll be like, why is this file 3 gigs? And I'm like,
exactly. That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing. Illustrator, you can have a million artboards and it'll be like 10 megabytes. Photoshop, valid.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, the keyboard shortcut M. We have, of course, the circular lasso tool. It's this rectangular lasso tool.
This is the marquee tool.
Marquee tool, sorry, of course, M for marquee. Wow, I'm showing my age, I guess. My inexperience. And a square, not rectangles. Choose. Okay. So they both do the same thing, except one of them just covers
shapes
more. No matter when you think about it, mathematically, one of them will always cover more space than the other one by about, probably 2/3, 3/4. Of the circle. The circle 3/4 more of the square.
That's
interesting.
So true. I could,
So what do you need it for, though?
Great commentary.
That's the.
I guess I'm trying to think of what I use the circular marquee for, and it's usually because I'm trying to select something circular out of an image, but usually it's not going to fit within the confines of like a circle or oval. Like it's always going to be a little wonky because rarely are things perfectly circular.
Yeah.
Versus I feel like I'm going to lean more towards square. If I need something like a circular selection, I will use the shape tool and make a selection based off of that. So I can make adjustments to the shape to make the better selection.
Yeah. If I need to make a circle, I'm going to get the eraser tool and with 100% smoothness and go around in a circle like someone on a whiteboard with a pen going zoom, like that. That's how I feel. No, I think the circular is too niche. Unless you're dragging it from the center first. That's the only way I could find it useful. When you do it from the corner, you're going to do it 5 times until you're happy with the selection. Rectangular tool, it's safe. You can visualize it in your head. I think I keep doing that. That's Figma needs
And then
to
they
get better at
update.
locking its
There was an
file.
update they did once a couple years ago where the shift key, they changed something with the shift key on how you scale things. It went from like how it pulled out from the center or if it scaled proportionately or not. And then they changed it back.
Oh.
And it was just in one of the updates. And I went insane.
I remember that. That was ridiculous.
It was
That
a
was
couple
probably
years
one of the
ago.
worst days of my life.
Yeah. I remember it so vividly, and I think it was when I still worked at Live Nation because like my coworkers, like their Adobe programs hadn't updated yet, and I was like, "Is this happening to anyone else?" Like I thought like it was an issue, like a glitch on my computer. I was like, "Why is this shortcut?" Or like, "Why?" And it pissed me off. And then I like adjusted, and then they changed it back, and then I had to go back and and then go back to normal.
It's shit like this that makes me certain that Adobe doesn't actually use Adobe products when they make changes like that. And I'm like, if no one on the team would have yesed this if they used it, why would you want to change that? No one's going to adapt. Humans can't adapt. That's why we're down the path of extinction.
We're all old.
Shortcut W. We have here what are these? I know what these do. I don't know what their names are. I don't have this up in front of me. My bad. That is I'm excited for the buy. Object selection versus the quick selection brush. Okay. Shout out to I love the quick selection brush. I love it. I remember finding it after being a Magic Wand stand for so long, and I was like, oh, this makes so much sense. It's like the magnetic polygonal lasso tool, the magnetic tool, I feel, but so much better in a way that you can like actually, it feels so much more natural. Rather than getting the outline, you do the fill.
I almost said it does more of the work. It does more of the work for you versus like the magnetic polygonal lasso tool. You still have to do a lot of the work, but it'll like kind of hold your hand. Versus this is kind of like, I got you. Like I think I know what you're going for. I think this is what you're after. I
don't think I have much experience with the object selection tool, but that's probably because I always leant towards the quick selection brush. Or
the
Magic Wand.
Object selection, or I want to make sure I'm calling these the right thing. The object selection, I feel like, is a newer tool where you have to kind of. I think I probably use it more than the other one, the quick selection, because you kind of do like a thing where you go, grab this, like something in here, and then it'll kind of grab it for you.
Oh, it's like select subject, but in like rather than the whole canvas, it's like a it's like
so if you have like a bunch of things,
I like that. Yeah.
You could use that and circle something in an image, so you're kind of like containing where it should pull the selection from.
Jared believes it came in during the select subject. That checks out. I feel it would make sense. That is this is an underutilized tool by me.
I believe a newer tool.
Then I might say that is the winner, because I think if this is the closest thing to select subject that we have on this bracket. As select subject is not, of course, a Photoshop tool. It is a select feature. It's a different. That's for next week's episode when we go through the top bar. we go through the filter gallery.
There's gonna be someone in the comments being like, you can actually technically program all of these to show up in your toolbar as a hotkey. I know. We're going off like the generic.
Yeah.
The generic, what is generally preset in most people essentials tools.
Ones that have a symbol that we can put neatly into a thing.
Yes,
okay?
guys.
So
There's so much going on.
I think object selection takes the cake for this one, personally. Quick selection had its time.
I think we've evolved.
Yeah, I think we have evolved. But now the question is object selection versus the Magic Wand. And Magic Wand Magic Wand's got a special place in my heart, girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Magic Wand kind of gets a little freaky sometimes. Like, it's a little wild.
Magic Wand brings me brings peace to my heart. It brings water to the crops. It brings friends and foes together. It's beautiful. It's whimsical, which is rare for like the fact that we have a tool now that we have select subject or object selection. Back in the day, it was just Magic Wand. It reminds me of old Nintendo before they went corporate. It reminds me of Washington Wizards because of Magic. Orlando Magic.
Right.
It's funny, it's fun, it's energetic.
It's kind of sporadic, I guess. Like in a world of like fine-tuned selection with like, you know, the object select type of thing or select subject or refined selection type of thing. Magic Wand keeps that unpredictability. You know, when you're selecting something, it's like, I could be trying to select this, and it's like, but what if you wanted to grab all these other colors behind it, but it's in the same ballpark? And then I like that you can adjust how much you want it to select, like its sensitivity.
It's tolerant.
Yeah, I like that because you can get freaky with it, you know?
Yeah.
I like its unpredictability.
I am a big
So there's
fan of
whimsy
Magic Wand.
about it.
It's kid picks. It's very like I wouldn't be surprised if it had a sound effect attached to it, because it's like it's kind of just there is so much fun involved around it. I think for that reason, it should be the winner of this one. I don't think, like, I agree. It may not do exactly what you want, but like you can. I think it will give you a more unique result that is tailored to the designer. Yes. And I think that there's a lot of fun to that. So
yes, I agree.
Well done, Magic Wand. Now, should we finish this? Should we find out the move and select champion before we move on? Let's do that.
I think so.
I think that's a good idea. Well, then let's go back up here, and we have just the polygon and lasso tool versus the generic move tool.
I think we know who wins this.
Do we? I mean, move tool is pretty essential, Kel.
Okay.
Like, were you gonna take the winner with the polygon and lasso tool?
State your case.
Well, I just think that the move tool's what is Photoshop with that? Like,
I guess, but that's like is that a tool?
Yes, it's just the top tool. You can't use it without selecting the tool.
I guess it's just like
it's probably the most essential tool. I'm not saying that means it has to win, but I'm saying it does give it a lot of prestige in this bracket. I think we can all agree that the move tool is like core to. You can't like it's my defaults, right?
I guess it's because I have my move tool set to my regular arrow and not my move arrow.
But you still
I guess I have less attachment
tool,
to it,
right?
No, I don't use that. I use my regular arrow.
What is regular arrow? What does that mean?
I don't know what it's called. Let me open Photoshop. Let me just see.
Regular arrow.
Graphic designer of like 15 years. You know the regular arrow?
Arches be like direct selection.
No, there's another one. There's another one.
What the hell?
Oh, did they change it? Yes.
Oh,
I think that's what I'm thinking of. Even though now, like when I look at it,
yeah.
I don't really use it anymore. Like it doesn't really have a purpose. Because there are people who have like their direct selection set to with like their arrow, whatever they click on, that's what they select, versus some people have it set to select only by layer, that they can't click around on their artboard, that they have to click on the layer to activate like that layer essentially to be movable. And then there's some people who have their selection set to group. I've opened like production files where like it's preset to group. So anything they select, it selects the entire group that it's in.
Yeah. I've had to use that before, and which is, it does. I like the idea that you can see, this is the thing, is that this is all part of the tool. It's an incredibly versatile tool.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Whereas the polygonal lasso tool, we've talked about it, but it is, I think move kind of goes crazy. Move is pretty essential.
If move wins this,
it's the whole thing. It's got some tough competition. I mean, okay, this is easy. This one here, rectangular select versus Magic Wand. I don't want to question it.
Yeah.
Rectangular selector is boring. Magic Wand is
boring.
Yeah, there we go. And now this is a bit more of a challenge. Magic Wand versus the move tool. Oh man, I never thought it'd have to come to this. My two favorites.
It's practical versus whimsy.
Yeah. Oh shit,
I
they're both
feel-
very dear to my heart, and I could make a
Yeah.
good case for both of them. It's
I feel
choosing
like
a favorite
if we
twin.
let Move go on, it's gonna like I feel like we have to like knock out a major competitor here.
I agree. Magic Wand is the people's princess, and I think we should let it fly for that regard.
Truly, the magic wand is like Princess Diana.
When I think about like what got me to where I am, the move is like move tool for me is like I don't know like why am I alive today? Move tool because you stayed hydrated.
Mhm.
Magic Wand because you started doing improv. Like that's what.
Yeah.
It's
like sure it is a building block,
it's essential.
but like is it what gave you that extra boost
Yeah,
type of thing?
I think it's
we have to go
it's
to
what
People's
made me
Princess.
love graphic design, and I think that's
The magic
that's
wand
important.
tool.
I remember using that like early, like when I was like 13, first playing around with it. Because that's all we had. That's all we had back then. We didn't have
And it was
AI.
like cool. Like
It was kind of
I
AI,
love the
yeah.
unpredictability. It was just like, what's it gonna select?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody knows.
Figure it out. Like it was awesome. It was just like it was the fun. So we officially can crown our move and select champion, the Magic Wand tool. I think completely
I'm
fair.
happy with that.
Completely fair.
I'm happy with that.
If I could have put money on it at the start, I would have said Magic Wand, and I'm glad. I forgot what all the other tools were, but I'm glad Magic Wand. That's good. That's important to me.
Yeah. I feel good about
Let's
that.
move to the other side of the board, eh? Let's go from the other side for a little bit. And let's talk about our paint champion. Our first round is, of course, the letter G.
Oh boy.
We have the fill bucket versus, I believe, the pattern fill?
Please welcome to the stage, Phil Bucket.
Fill bucket, huge competitor in this competition.
Okay. I had to look up one of these.
What is the other one? Yeah.
Is 3D material drop tool. Used in 3D modeling, the 3D material drop tool lets you sample a material from one area and then drop it into another area of your model, mesh, or 3D layer. Okay, well, Photoshop doesn't have the same 3D functions it used to because it moved it to Illustrator.
Yeah.
So I've never personally used this tool.
I think this is a legacy tool. I think it's, some people I'm sure are screaming at us in the comments right now being like, oh, hey, give it a chance. Yeah. But Fill
Some people
Bucket
are very
is
attached to the
darling.
paint bucket.
Yeah.
Like they use it like to fill like background.
See, I'll
colors.
never really be satisfied with what the paint bucket can do because I find it always leaves a little bit of a border of like a weird like edge. And you have to kind of click it a few times.
You have to change your alias.
Yeah. And that just like it shouldn't do that. I shouldn't have to do that, but it is vector editing. That is what it is. But in terms of this battle here, I can't justify the 3D material. I can't. I actually can't.
Yeah, it doesn't make any
justify that moving
sense.
forward. Congratulations, Fill Bucket. And now we have a bit more of a question here, which is the Fill Bucket versus the Gradient, which are the two commonly selected ones for G.
I have my G set to gradient.
Always.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really never use the fill bucket.
I think mine's set to Fill Bucket, but then I just have to go in and change it to Gradient. And that makes me sad. But I use Gradient much more than I love the Gradient tool. Especially with the, were you a fan of the update where they got the little bubbles now? Like you can live edit the gradient is like you can live edit the gradient. It used to be
like
it would just
gradient
make
mesh?
a gradient. No. Like when you use the gradient tool, like it will, like you get the line and then you get the circles of the color and you can edit the color and you can like edit the gradient on the canvas rather than in the toolbar.
Oh, so it is like the gradient mesh. Do you use the gradient mesh in Illustrator?
Well, I use the gradient mesh. Yeah, I love the gradient mesh. But I'm talking. You don't know this?
No.
Open Photoshop right now and make a gradient.
I'm in Photoshop. I have a
gradient.
gradient.
What version of Photoshop are you using?
25.
Oh.
Are you saying just like the regular with the bar?
I swear to God, if you just, I'm going to do it right now. If I use a gradient, yeah, I get two circles and I can change the color live
Like on the canvas.
on the canvas.
I need to make sure we are talking about the same thing here.
Look on the screen. I just pulled it up in the Figma. This is what I see.
Yeah.
You get this, and you can you can click the circles to change the color. Yeah. It used to not be this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought there was a whole other thing. I thought there was a whole other thing.
Sorry, I'm just remembering like years ago, you weren't, or like maybe a year or two ago, you weren't able to. You had to make a new.
Oh, you
gradient
had to do
if you
it through the dialogue box.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Now you can do it in like always. It's like a smart object, pretty much.
Yeah. Thank God.
I think that's what makes the gradient tool very good. The
Yes.
superior tool. And I think it wins easily.
Yes.
Congratulations, gradient tool. Next up, we have, oh God, two hieroglyphs. Y, the letter Y here is.
Wait.
We have the
art history brush tool.
Art history brush, and the top is the art history brush tool, and the bottom is the history brush tool. What do these even do?
I have never used this.
I love like I'm trying to use it right now, and it's just
it's not
like,
working.
Nothing's happening.
For me.
Nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Is this like you can go back a layer? And like
why does it have such a whimsical icon?
It's a beautiful icon. A little hair curl.
Yeah.
Icon
I like that
alone.
it looks like a little painter's palette.
Yeah. It's probably the most beautiful icon that they've ever had.
It's just beautiful.
God. Have you got the descriptions up there, Kill?
Yeah, let me
tell me about the brush tool. Tell me about these tools.
Tell me about the brush tool. So the history brush tool, which is the one with the arrow, not the whimsical one. The history brush tool paints a snapshot from an earlier step, history state, into the current version of the image. Choose the previous state from the history panel.
That could actually go crazy. That's a pretty sick tool if used in a cool way. And what about the other one?
I'm trying to think of a way to use it.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just like duplicate the layer and then use a second version of it. What's the top one? The art history brush? What's the difference?
So the art history brush tool, the art history brush also paints a snapshot from an earlier history state into the image, but does so using stylized brush strokes.
We got to give it to art history brush for the whimsy alone.
Yeah.
Wow.
The art history brush, not to be confused with the history brush, which is the other one. Awesome.
My God, I'm going to play around with that afterwards. That actually sounds good. It sounds like there could be some good fun there. Okay, moving.
Yeah, I got to play with that.
Moving on here, we have the mixer brush tool and the color replacement tool. Which once again, like I think if you're a, I know a lot of people use Photoshop
Procreate?
to like, make, they use it like Procreate in a way, like you've got the pen installed and stuff. I can't speak to any of this as someone who doesn't really use anything apart from the brush tool. Even the brushes themselves, I just use the standard ones, the soft and the hard.
Yeah. And then the eraser tool.
Yeah.
Around the edges.
Oh, I love the eraser tools. When are we going to get to the eraser tool? But I think, these, I've just got them up here in my Photoshop file that I've been playing around with. And there's some kind of cool stuff, I think. It looks like it could be fun. I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but the features, you can change how wet the feature is, how the load of it, the mix, the flow, like there's cool. It seems pretty dense. This is the mixer brush at least. And the color replacement makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of like the eyedropper paint bucket combo.
Yeah.
The color replacement tool. I don't use that.
I think I could find time to use it.
I feel like there's other ways that I would go about replacing a color of something.
Yeah. I like the select subject color fill thing. I think that select color range then color fill thing.
Yeah.
Solid color.
And then I'll do it as a layer adjustment from there. So I have permanent control over it separately.
I reckon we've got some good Mixer Brush fans in the chat, and I think we should award it to Mixer Brush. I think there's actually a lot of potential with that tool.
Yeah. I could see people using that more than the color replace tool.
I think so.
Just because there's other tools that I feel like do the same thing a little bit easier.
Yeah. And now we've got two heavy hitters.
Ooh.
The pencil tool and the brush tool. Which also, it still surprises me that the shortcut for this isn't P for paint, but rather B for,
that's for pen.
Pencil. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Pencil tool has a place in my heart as it's like, if you want to get that Bose lettuce style, the pencil tool is the one for that. And it can be really fun. It gives you some really nice edges with the same kind of like mouse sensitivity feeling that the lasso tool has that you don't really get with the brush, I would say.
But you can still edit it a little bit because it gives you those anchor points like the pen tool. But you get the whimsy of the regular lasso.
Whereas the brush tool is the brush tool. This is like the move tool of brushes.
There's so much you can do with the brush tool. I feel like I'm voting brush, even though I love Miss Pencil.
No, I think it's hard to. This is like LeBron and don't worry about it. Let's give it to the brush. Let's give it to the brush tool.
Shaq and Kobe.
LeBron and Luka Doncic. We don't know enough about Luka yet.
LeBron and Luka.
They're teammates. Right now, like one is like, one is like there's something there. There's a greater metaphor. I'll work on it as we go through the brackets. Yeah, one is 40.
One is 40.
And the other one's name is LeBron James. And the other one just gave Kai Cenat a haircut on Twitch. Isn't that crazy? They got him.
Sometimes you present me with information I never thought I would hear.
I don't know why. This is the thing. I sometimes I wonder where my day went, and then I go, "Oh, that's right. I sporadically went on Twitch today."
Twitch is a wormhole.
They're going to ban Twitch for under 16-year-olds in Australia. I think there's a big social media ban that's going to happen. I think it's great. I think included in the list was like Kick as well, and I'm like, yeah, get Kick. Why is that available?
They should just ban Kick.
Yeah, exactly. But it was also like there was also this Lego. Anyway, there's Lego social media. There's so many things in this. It's quite funny. It's quite hilarious. Kids should be allowed to use Rumble. Jared, don't stop defense. Stop. That's what Jared said in the chat. I'm just quoting what Jared said in the chat.
Social.
Yeah. Next up, we have. This is so easy. The gradient tool versus the art. I can't even remember her name. Gradient tool is an easy win. Sorry, art history.
This is
brush.
Atom Bomb versus Coughing Baby.
This is LeBron James versus Garrett Temple. Next up, we have the brush versus the mixer brush. I mean, if I knew more about the mixer brush, I'm sure that I could have a better argument for it. But for now, I just have to give it to brush.
I agree.
Too easy. And then finally, in our grand final of the paint champion, it is the gradient tool versus the brush tool. Bit of a trickier one.
What are you leaning?
I'm leaning towards gradient because I think the flexibility is what I really appreciate about it as it's developed. Guy. I'm a gradient guy. I think it's a great tool. I think you can change the angle of it. You can change the look of it. I love making a gradient and then warping it using the warp tool. Warp. Thank you. I think it's great, but also I use the paintbrush often. I use it as much as I use the eraser tool to round edges and Those are my left and right hands when it comes to rounding edges, right? That's what I do. But I think gradient tool is like a core foundation of Photoshop. And when it comes to like, I think if when I'm creating gradients, I much prefer to do it in Photoshop. I think the raster effect looks a lot better than a vectorized gradient is always insane, I think. And you like using gradients in Illustrator?
Yes.
I think mentally it's a hurdle I can't get over.
I like the vector aspect of it. I feel like Photoshop, I'm going into Photoshop knowing I'm working in rasters versus if I want a really good gradient, I'll do it in Illustrator because I can use the gradient mesh.
The gradient mesh tool is pretty amazing. I can't wait for that bracket.
That's going to go crazy.
But I think, in my mind, I don't use gradients in Illustrator because the idea of like a vectored gradient is like, counting how many decimal numbers there are in between 0 and 1. It's infinite. And I think that stresses me out. I'm like, that's an infinite amount of pixels. And I go, that's Photoshop.
And you're like, in Photoshop, I only have 300 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I go, great, too easy. I like, that makes so much sense in my head. I can see it. I can zoom in.
Illustrator to you is like that episode of SpongeBob when Squidward goes into the future and then he pops into like that white void.
Truly, it's like
that's you in Illustrator.
It's unfamiliar. It's bizarre.
Interesting.
But I'm getting used to it every day more and more. But I think personally, I'm leaning towards the gradient tool for this.
I'll let you have it. I disagree.
Wow. What you didn't?
I understand.
Fine.
I feel like the paint brush is like foundational to Photoshop. Like because it is so multi-purpose, you can do either lettering with it, you can make fine adjustments. That's how you adjust masks.
Yeah. True.
It's how you can add highlights, shadows, is how you can retouch. It's how you can recolor. It's how you can paint things in and then affect the blending mode and how that then sits down. But it's like, there's something very handmade about the brush tool that I feel like is one of the more rudimentary tools in Photoshop, yet it is so foundational to the program.
I think, I completely agree with you there. And I think I will lean towards you on this one. Because as someone who didn't use masks growing up and I wore a mask every day to school, but now as I use more masks, like, and I wore masks during the pandemic, more mask puns. I think, I think I can definitely see it. I can definitely see that.
Like,
I think I was using Photoshop for the wrong reasons.
Champion.
It's true.
I think
of course
the brush tool, just because it's so you can do just so much with it.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I completely I keep duplicating the entire thing. Even though it's a locked layer.
Can you lock things in Figma?
You can lock things, but then it's like, I think we want to see it is locked, but then it goes like, let me. You can like, duplicate it anyway. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like if you lock a layer in Photoshop. And then
and you still can choose
select a bunch of things, and then you go to move like something that you vaguely selected. It's like, this layer is locked. I know.
Yeah,
I locked it.
Illustrator does locking the best. I love how Illustrator locks.
Yes,
that's fantastic. Okay, now we're moving on to our drawing and type champion.
All right,
let's take a quick little breather as well before I need to take a breath because we got a lot more to go. All right, let me have some water. How's it going, Jared? The drawing and type champion. Okay. First up, Kel, we have the letter P.
Oh boy.
And as you can see, these three on the left here are essential parts of the pen tool. But we don't need to go through all that. So let's compare what is this? The curvature pen tool? I know this one well. I like this one a lot. Curvature pen, no, the freeform pen tool is the top one, and the
Freeform
curvature pen tool is at the bottom. Wildly different. Honestly, wildly different.
Let me look at like the. Okay. Oh, Queen, I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now.
Yeah.
This is my first time using the curvature pen tool.
I just used it as
I'm
well.
hearing about it just now for the first time.
That's my first time too, but it kind of went crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I barely, I don't think curving with the pen tool kind of stresses me out. It never looks the way I want it to. That's probably because I don't really know how to use it. I was watching a reel the other day of someone using that game where you have to use the pen tool to make like cars and outlines and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's how you use it. In all my years of experience. I went, oh, alt.
Mm-hmm. Convert.
Yeah. I was like,
the freeform pen tool, what's the difference between her and the pencil?
Well, the pencil you don't get as I think the freeform gives you more of a like.
There's no correction on it.
It like locks in the points a bit better, I think, and then the pencil tool. I mean, it makes it into a shape. All of my tools are out of whack now. Pencil tool Wait, the pencil tool isn't even a.
Oh, pencil tool is under brush.
I was thinking I'm now realizing we completely got the pencil tool wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm also realizing.
We were thinking of the pencil tool in Illustrator.
Oh, because why would they be the same? Why would they be the same across the programs? That's crazy.
Pencil tool was never going to be the brushed anywhere with the so let's that's
Atomic Bomb versus
really
Cotton
embarrassing.
Baby.
Really embarrassing.
Oh my god, there were people going, "What are you talking about?
Stop!" Oh shit! You can't be perfect. At least people know we're human.
Oh my god, guys.
So the freeform pen tool is basically the pencil tool.
So it's what we thought the pencil tool.
What we thought the pencil tool was, yes. That's right. If I tried to replicate the Burr's letter effect in Photoshop, because I would use the pencil tool in Illustrator and then I would use the freeform pen tool in Photoshop. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
And Emma would do it in Photoshop.
Well, then I think we got to do it. We got to give it to the freeform pen tool. That's
the curvature?
Absolutely. Freeform pen tool goes crazy. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Now over the pen tool.
No.
That's tough. That's a tougher question. This is the OG. This is the
I have to give it to the regular pen tool only because that's my goat right there.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
People are very afraid of the pen tool in Photoshop, as we were talking about earlier.
I'm afraid of it.
It's not super intuitive. I only very recently learned about converting anchor points. You can double click or hold option click to convert an anchor point to a curve one to give it arms.
That's so cool.
I learned that maybe like 5 years ago. One of my coworkers taught me.
I wish we could do that in like real life.
And so could you give me an example of that?
Like you could click, you could press Alt on anything and then it would give it arms.
Okay. Right. That's okay. For sure.
I'm losing my mind.
Just make sure I was following what
I'm losing my mind at this point.
Down.
I'm losing my mind now that I've realized the pencil tool is just the smallest brush imaginable in Photoshop.
It's just like an anti-alias brush. What's the point of the pencil tool?
It's I guess if you're using surely you would just.
Oh wait, does the pencil tool fill the pixels?
Yes. No.
Well, that sounds really stupid when I think about it. The brush obviously does that too.
Well, the pencil tool. The brush tool is doing one thing when I use it here, and then the pencil tool is doing another thing. And it's just, there's a little dot in the middle of it, which I don't really know what that means.
Like when you draw with it, there's no edge. Like,
okay.
I'm gonna screenshot something right now and drop it into Figma. Where are we?
We're over by the letter P.
The letter P word? Where the hell is the letter P?
Bottom left.
Oh,
Here
there
we
you
are.
are. Oh my God. Okay.
What the hell is this? What have we got here?
So these are just doodle things that I just, so the top is the pencil and the bottom is with the brush. So look at the edge.
The edge.
That's the aliasing.
The top is the pencil. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. That's actually kind of sick.
That's what I meant by it.
I love that. I should
use
this when I curve edges.
Because you can get really precise with it. It's because then you don't get the... am I using the right word here when I say alias?
I think yeah. It felt right to me. Yeah, because that's what you do with when you export like a PNG and stuff. You edit the matte. I guess is what you would edit actually.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something different. Yeah, I think I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
okay,
worry.
so that's
no
the
one will
difference
correct
between.
you. Our viewers are very polite.
Wow.
Well, there you go. I've got a new love for the pencil tool. Oh well, too bad it's eliminated.
She was cut before she could even get ahead.
The tool T, the most logical shortcut. T because the symbol is T. And why did we decide T is type? Oh, because it's never mind.
Huh.
We have the vertical type tool and the type tool together. I'm glad we're considering those one and the same. Versus the vertical type mask tool and the horizontal type mask tool. Type mask tool.
I am not using that. I'm sorry.
Is that when you like? What does that do? Does it create a? Oh,
I think it makes like an active selection. So it makes like the type active, but you can make a mask with that. So the text stays editable, I believe.
So when you want to like make when you want to like put like do like that thing that was really popular like a decade ago, where you make the image the text, where you instead of just putting, I just use a clipping mask over the text.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's also something to it for like templatized stuff, where if you want to be able to give a client something where they can easily edit something.
Yeah.
Because that's like a constant issue of like giving a client a working file for like a template so they can just update type as they go. But if you have like any effect on that type, that like would involve you possibly rasterizing an effect to get the effect that you want, but it doesn't, like it'll render it ineditable.
I see.
So I think that's the purpose.
It's niche
of it.
But how can it beat my goat? Yeah, exactly. How can it simply? It unfortunately, it's got no chance.
Yeah,
it's got no chance at all. But I can see. Let us know in the comments if you've ever used the type mask tool, if that's like a part of your job. Also, shout out to the vertical type tool. It has its use.
It does have its use.
I do
use it.
I don't really like its use. Like, I don't think it looks very good most of the time, but it has its use. It has its use.
Yeah.
Next up with the keyboard shortcut A, we have, of course,
Now, Kelly has these set different.
We have the path selection tool and the direct selection tool.
I have my A set as the direct selection tool.
Okay. Now, both of these I don't really use because I don't really work with paths in Photoshop. I'm much more familiar with them in Illustrator. Do they work similarly in Illustrator? They do?
No.
I'm getting a lot of nods from Jared. Okay, Kel. Okay, now I'm getting a head shake from Jared.
I'm trying to think of how I don't use paths. Messages. I don't use paths in Photoshop.
Okay, but you use
they're
this
like
tool.
Weird little ghosts that I don't really understand. The path tool.
But you use this tool?
I use the regular direct selection, but I guess like I don't really use it anymore because they've changed. Ignore me.
So you don't use paths, but you use the path selection, and the direct selection tool, which effectively
I use the direct selection tool.
Okay.
So like if you have like the regular arrow, the black arrow, you could grab a whole shape.
This is the regular arrow that you were talking about back then?
Yes. The black arrow. But it has now been updated to be the move tool. Chopped and unk. The white arrow gives you the ability, so if I switch to A, I can grab an anchor point. in the shape and grab it. Instead of, if you have like the regular selection, it'll just grab the whole shape and move that around. But if I want to grab the anchor point in a shape, I can use the direct selection. So I'll hit the hotkey of A so I can grab that and then move that.
Okay.
I guess like that.
Okay.
Thank you, Jared. Yes.
Okay.
That's the best way I can explain it. But the black arrow used to be the default V. And they changed it to the move tool.
When was that? Like 2002?
It was a long time ago. I need to know when that was changed.
The only thing I know A to B is the select forward button in Premiere Pro. And it's like my favorite tool of all time.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to do direct selection. The white.
Valid.
But because the black arrow key is kind of...
Wait, is that the top one or the bottom? No, that's the bottom one.
So that's the top one. Or I mean the bottom one. You selected the top one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's
just because we've changed the way that we have things set.
Yeah.
Now.
Love that.
Okay,
I think that's good. I don't think it's going to beat a shape. So these are all the shapes here, Kel. And we got to decide which shape is the best. And they've been ordered neatly where we've got like more sharp line style at the top and then round at the bottom, which is epic.
Oh, okay.
And let's go through these. Let's get through these quick.
Hexagon is kind of circle. I see the logic.
Yeah, polygon
here.
tool. I love the polygon tool personally. So the top we have the triangle tool versus the rectangle tool.
I use the rectangle tool more.
Yeah, I think so. But the triangle, when you need it to like, it's kind of cool when you need a triangle.
An equilateral.
You know
when you need an equilateral.
When you need an equilateral triangle, it does that. It does give you that. Yeah. I think it's pretty good.
The square can only give you an isosceles.
But like that's sometimes
unless
what you need.
You're really good at eyeballing. Or really good at editing shapes.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I'm not good either. I think we got to give it to the rectangle here.
I think so too.
Yeah, I use that every day. And then next up, surviving the first round with the buy is the line tool. Line tool versus rectangle. Now, if I need to make a line in Photoshop, I'm making the smallest rectangle possible. I avoid the line tool because I think I don't like the fill and stroke options. And then I erase the edges to make them rounded. I'm kidding. The running theme of today is Elliot.
Wait, so you're telling me instead of using like the pen tool to make a line or the line tool to make a line, you make a really skinny rectangle?
Yes.
What
I find
is
it
wrong
easier.
With you?
I find it so much easier. If I need a 3 pixel high line, then I will make a 3 pixel high rectangle that I can then change the fill
set the
of.
stroke to be 3 pixels.
But now we're talking about the stroke. With the rectangle, I can make the rectangle fill different and then the stroke because the line is just a line.
You add a layer style.
So what are we talking about now? Like this is like I don't need I don't need to use any other feature than just the rectangle when I need to make a line.
No,
the line
Jared's backing him up here. Jared, do not back him up.
I'm cooking
do
Jared.
Not fuel his insanity.
It makes so much sense.
Guys,
you can round the edges of it using the rounded thing or the eraser. And it's just like, it's very versatile, I think, for making lines. I think the rectangle tool makes lines better than the line tool.
What do you, so, okay, so you just.
Put that on Instagram Reels.
Elliot, this is scaring me. What an insane way of approaching something.
You know what I used to do? This is the worst one. I don't do this anymore.
Do I want to know what you used to do?
I would make a rectangle.
This is what you do now?
I would make a rectangle with no fill and a stroke of 3 pixels. If I need to make a 3 pixel line, I would then use the eraser tool to erase all the edges except the one that I needed. I'm telling you, the line tool just doesn't do what I want it to do.
Elliot,
I don't know what it is.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm stuck in my ways. I'm very stubborn about it.
I mean, like, to each their own, but like, it gets to a point.
Isn't the fact that I can do all that worthy of promoting the rectangle to the next level? Tell me one cool thing you've done with the line tool.
Purely, no, I don't use the line tool very often in Photoshop. I use it more in Illustrator.
Yeah.
But
I use it in Illustrator all the time.
Yeah. It's good for like cutting up shapes, unless you are a little freak and you use the knife tool.
That's wild.
But I would just use the pen. If I want a line, I would just use the pen tool and then just hold shift to make a straight line. So,
okay.
I would say the
rectangle.
Rectangular.
Thank you.
I learned something about you today.
Good. It's important to always be learning about your
scary
co-host.
things, but
the polygon tool versus the circle tool.
I'm gonna have to give it to the ellipse.
Wow. Why?
I'm not having to make that many
Just draw it.
polygon shapes.
I see this. My logo was made with the polygon tool from like Photoshop 2022.
Okay, and that's crazy that you did that in Photoshop and not Illustrator.
Yeah, it is crazy, but you can do image trace. You can do so much with the polygon tool. You can change, like, you can make it a star. You can do the star ratio and everything.
You're going to explain to me right now that the way that you normally make like ellipses or just ellipses, but not the dot dot dot, but the way you make a circle, you're going to tell me right now that you just use a hard brush and then just make it giant and stamp it on the canvas and then convert that to a smart object.
I've never thought of that. Color overlay, add a stroke. It's the same thing as the shape tool.
And then you can round it with the eraser tool if you don't quite like the curvature of it. For sure.
If you don't like the perfect curvature of a circle, you can use the eraser tool to get the desired curve.
Just make it your own. Make your own circle.
I think the polygon tool, for what it, like, I think there are many ways to make a circle. That's one of my life mottos. There are many ways to make a circle. But I think the polygon tool. Could you give me
another way to make a circle?
Yeah, absolutely. Just use the.
I swear to God, if you say round.
Make a vignette and then invert it.
and then set the vignette to like 100% hard.
Yeah, and then invert.
That would actually be a really good episode for us, is going about something in the most wildly impractical way.
Every way, like adding type, you gotta. What would
this
adding
is the Elliot approach?
Adding type, you have to like put your type into the layers panel by changing the name of a layer, screenshot that, and then use that text. There's a great video there. See, don't get me wrong, I love the circle. I love making circles, but I do think the polygon tool, for all those shapes that aren't listed by the three major shapes, if you want to make a minor shape, like that's what
a minor shape.
Yeah, like if we're thinking chord structure, I think that makes a lot. I think that makes a lot more sense personally. Anything can make a circle, Kel. I used Animal Jam to do graphic design, and you could make a circle in that, but you couldn't change how many sides there were to the polygon. Thank you. That's the only one I'll fight for.
I guess it's because I don't use it. I don't really use it that much.
Yeah,
if I need a funky shape, I just go in Illustrator and then make it there because I'm better.
Completely fair
that way.
Next up, we have the polygon tool versus the another example of whimsy. Truly, yeah. This is the custom shape tool. My favorite thing of the custom shape tool is the preset box of shapes that you can choose from. I've got it open here. They have wild animals, leaf trees, boats, and flowers are the options that I get. I'm going to pull this into the Figma just so the viewer can have a reference. I cannot believe that these are new. I feel like they update these regularly. I feel.
These have been there a while.
Have these?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like they don't default load in. Like nothing shows up for me right now, but like I have seen those trees and like the kangaroo like in the deep recesses of my mind.
Right.
Those are the only things that show up for me right now. Or the starburst.
Well, that's on the left side. What about the top? What about go further right on that toolbar, and there should be a little silhouette box of something. That's where I found the animals.
I don't see that.
What? Interesting.
On the further.
Yeah. On the top bar there, on that shape, there
top?
should be
On
shape
tools-
on the very
top
right,
toolbar.
next to the little setting box.
Oh
There
wait,
should be
maybe I
shape.
need to actually click on the thing. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
I
go
see
all
it
the way
now.
to the right.
Boats.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
You
It's
can really
cute.
go crazy with this. Actually, this is kind of hard.
Because this is not
I
what I
never
think of when
use
I think of
these.
custom shape. Yeah, I think of these as like stamps. This is like a stamp tool
boat.
and like toothpicks and stuff. Yeah, instead it's like, oh, you want to put a deer in a boat under a tree by a bed of flowers? You can do that.
Have you ever wanted a stretched running ostrich?
But this is also, I believe, there is a folder for these in the Photoshop files where you can add more shapes into this. I think you can import shapes into this tool. So this is just, it's like patterns and stuff. You can like add more stuff to it later if you want, I believe. So it's showing the
I feel
potential
like
for that.
this is one of those things where if you work in branding and you have to use like, it's people who use like symbols religiously.
Yeah.
like,
you would enjoy
makes
this tool.
Complete and utter sense. But like when I like look at stuff like this, this is awesome.
Yeah. So that's the starburst there, is it? That's on the right.
Yeah, that's a starburst, and then I have a sailboat, and then a rowboat, and then my ostrich.
A heart. There was definitely a heart back in the day. They got rid of the heart.
Yeah, making a heart is unbelievably hard.
Yeah, there should be heart, arrows, like all of those classic symbols should be there instead of a variety of animals in different poses. A running ostrich,
leaves.
Giraffe.
Who needs this many
standing
boats?
gorilla? Yeah, the boats is crazy. The submarine being a wildly different illustration style to the rest is so funny to me as well. I like the flowers. I appreciate what they've done with the flowers. Like I think those are quite nice.
The diversity of the trees too.
Yeah. Very cool.
Really kind of wild, actually.
No baobab. Interesting. Classic. I think I would still have to give this to the polygon tool because I think the starburst does a lot of nothing. The custom shape tool. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but I think you're better off just using the pen tool if you want to make a custom shape.
I just feel that way about the polygonal tool.
Jared just gave me a little, and I think that's a huge win for me.
I am constantly fighting an uphill battle in my life.
Yeah.
It's just what I'm used to, you know. They hated Jesus too. And, you know, that's fine. You're more familiar with it, so I'll trust your judgment on it.
I mean, and we've spent 15 minutes on the wildcard.
We'll blow through these. All right.
We'll get through this literally on shapes. Okay, and now somehow it's come down to the rectangle versus the polygon. The line, basically the line tool versus the anything you want tool. Like there's a lot of. I've got a lot of love for this. This has become my category. I'm sorry, Kel. I feel like I've dominated this conversation, but of this part of the
line tool. You didn't. It's a rectangle. It's a shape. What do you... If you ever had to set a file up for like a major print production, that would truly be a sight to see.
This is why I don't work with clients. This is why I don't work with people, because I'm ashamed of everything that I do. Now, Jared asks the real question is, can the polygon tool make a rectangle? And I think it can. I'm going to do that right now, because what is a four-sided? If you just click, usually you just have to click and then it will make one.
I've crashed Photoshop.
I've crashed Photoshop. I've crashed Photoshop.
We're crashing.
Photoshop is crashing. Nothing's doing anything.
Crashing.
Oh my God, it's not even closing with Command Q. We're cooked. Okay. Never mind. I've broken Photoshop. Cool. Wow, it's actually... I just deleted Photoshop 2025 because I'm a Photoshop 2024 truther. Because it was also taking up like 7 gigabytes of space. Guys, clear your After Effects cache. Just wanted to say that as well.
I love the way you say cache.
It's cache.
Cache.
Is it not? What's the E for?
I think it's cache.
Kel is right. Are you oh, fuck me. This is just like... I didn't need this.
But you're also like...
I didn't need... It's 6... I just want to let everyone know. It's 6 a.m. right now for me. Yeah.
It's not 6 a.m. Don't listen to him. You've got the funky, you know. So if it's like how British people say aluminium.
Aluminum.
You say cache.
You said multi-purpose before. I say multi-purpose in my life a lot of the time, and Katie will always laugh at me and says, "Why do you say it like that? That's the American way of saying it." And I'm like, "It's because it's multi-purpose." She says, "Multi?" I'm like, "Yeah, what? Multi? Multi? Can have
As
a milkshake that's multi.
Multi-purpose? Is that the alternative?
Multi-purpose, yeah, like multi, like the more the Australian twang to it. Multi, malt.
Malty, like
Can you make that
chocolate.
noise? Malt.
Malty.
Yeah.
Malty.
Malty. Yeah, it's like a vowel sound that just doesn't exist in the American vernacular. It's quite interesting.
Malty.
Maltese.
Purpose.
A Maltese
But there's
dog.
a U.
I cannot close Photoshop. It's like actually completely. Everything is locked. I cannot force quit it. I'm growing concerned by
they've trapped you into they finally processed the fact that you use a shape tool as a line.
Yeah, it's every time I press Command Q, it just goes boop, and then nothing happens.
That's
How do you force quit?
And if you go up into Finder,
all right, force quit. There it is. Photoshop 2024. The favicon for it is the Google Chrome logo. Awesome. We are like in a world that I've never. we're in new territory. We're in completely. Okay, rectangle versus polygon. I'll let you have this one because I feel like we got to this point because of my my dedication to both of these. So please.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Beautiful.
What's your choice?
I feel like polygonal.
Cool. I was going to say the same. And now we finally get to ask the big question, which actually no, we got to go to the top one first. Okay, now we're back on track, everyone. So that could have been an episode on its own. That little bit that we just did there. So now
that was the segment where I learned a lot about Elliot.
Can we do unknown facts about each other bracket? That could be fun.
That would actually be so fun. like mythic
details.
Facts. Like
yeah, mythic.
Incredibly, who the fuck would know that?
And we just get to reveal them like an advent calendar. 2 truths, 1 lie.
2 truths, 1 lie. Yeah.
And if a lie wins, we have to delete the channel. We have the pen tool versus the type tool. Two legacy. Two queens. Tools. Truly 2 of the best. I'm personally leaning towards the type tool as I'm not really a big pen tool fan. And I think a type tool is what makes a graphic design program special. A lot of them don't. A lot of other programs don't have it. I can say that from experience. And the type tool is like one of my favorite. I think I personally really like Photoshop's version of the type tool. I think it's cool.
I feel like I disagree.
Okay.
I feel like Illustrator has the monopoly on type control because that is more so what it's for.
Okay.
Like Illustrator is like, if you want to get sicko mode with type, you do it in Illustrator because it's vector. I guess like because a lot of people are very intimidated by the pen tool, even though I have a very close and intimate relationship with Miss Pen. So I'm very attached to it because I use it for a lot of things. I use it for it is my selection tool.
Right.
But I feel like the type tool has improved in Photoshop. Like now we can do like variable type. I mean, you can do variable type in Illustrator too.
It is nice that they've offered that. They're slowly, I think they're adopting a lot of the Illustrator stuff.
Yeah. So that's good. I mean, I guess one thing I really do like. Let me look at the type menu really quick because like what's something that I can't do in. Can you horizontally scale width of type in Illustrator through your character dialog box?
I think
like percentage wise.
I think so. I know. I know the tool you're thinking of. Let me try that.
I'm making some absurd art right now in Photoshop.
Yeah, I've got some cool things happening on my. Oh, I just opened a full artboard file. You can, yeah. It's pretty much. It's very similar, very very similar kind of like tool set. I would say. But I think Illustrator what does better if you've got like alternate glyphs, you can just highlight the glyph and then choose from all the, like,
love
Photoshop
being able
sucks
to just
at doing
like,
that. Yeah.
Being able to just like hover and have it like that little pop-up thing go, what else do you want to use?
It's so good because
like
I go,
there.
I didn't know that swash was in there. Like it makes me happy.
Yeah.
Whereas Photoshop, I didn't know about like the fact that Comic
It's like I have to
Sans has
go
swashes.
open
Yeah.
the glyph panel and then go and scroll through and see if there's an option there.
Yeah. I think I'm happy to give it to the pen tool for that reason because I do think Illustrator is the primary type tool.
I think if you really spend time with the pen tool, you can really understand its power. It's just there's a learning curve to it because of the way that the line moves and like how you control it. So it's kind of like it just takes understanding how it works.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Shout out to the pen tool. I'll never use it.
We're all kind of like the pen tool. We just need some patience.
And now we have the direct selection tool and the polygon tool.
I feel like I'll give it to the polygon.
Nice. Easy win. Easy win. I do think
the direct selection, it has a purpose, but it's not like I don't know. I'm not willing to die on the hill of the direct selection arrow.
And I'm willing to die on the hill for the polygon, unfortunately.
I know you are.
Now I'm not here though. I think we can give it to the pen tool for this. I'm happy to Jared says polygon tool versus polygon tool. Truly, it's the same thing.
I mean, like the
polygon tool is
your
line tool. It's your rectangle tool. It's your triangle tool. It's everything. Add enough sides to a polygon.
Kind of like mother. Like everything comes from the pen tool. You can make anything with the pen tool.
You know, when I want to make a circle, I'll go into the polygon tool and I'll just copy and paste the infinity symbol into the sides, the amount of sides. And let Photoshop. It takes about an hour to figure out, and then it eventually actually opens up a generative fill panel, and then it puts my request into that, and then we get a perfect circle.
And then Photoshop freezes, and then brings us to where we are today.
I'm doing a whole talk on AdobeMAX. You guys would have seen it last week.
Big fan, big fan. My high school design teacher would have like his brain would have fried dealing with you in class.
See, this is why I should have gone to school. I'm very stubborn, very stubborn. When I find my way of doing it took me 4 years of doing of posting on Instagram, I feel, to start using Illustrator because I was doing design on Twitch and people were like, what the fuck are you doing? Use Illustrator. And I'd go, I made a whole post saying I am learning Illustrator. You're just doing it the
hardest way.
Yeah.
The hardest way possible.
Literally, the first poster I ever designed in Illustrator was called, I made a poster saying I'm learning Illustrator now. And it got like 10,000 likes. And I went, why is this like a momentous thing for my page? Why is this like, why do people care? I used to be big.
Now chopped. I have a podcast.
As Norman Desmond would say in Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard. Why was I thinking? Why was the word elevator in my brain just then that converted? As Norman Desmond would say, it's not. It's. I've always been big. It's Instagram that got small. Anyway, I think we can give this to the pen tool. I'm more than happy.
I feel like we should give it to the pen tool.
Drawing and Type Champion to the pen tool.
Those are your ancestors right there.
Congratulations, pen tool, for winning the Drawing and Type Champion. 3 of our 4 semifinalists have been set. And our final one is the one I know by far the least about. It is the Retouching Champion. Holy shit! These are just. Should we start with the Wildcard? I think we should. Let's start with the Wildcard. That's a great idea. The Raster Wildcard. So
okay, these are tools I'm more familiar with.
Then please,
because I use
tell
them.
me everything about them.
Okay,
I have no idea. What have we got?
All right, so I believe the drop on top is the blur tool. This is like where if you really want to test how much RAM you have on your computer, these are the tools.
Yeah, okay.
Because like the blur and smudge tool, like you can think, oh, it's not doing anything. No. Just wait like 15 seconds and then it'll do it.
Yes.
So sometimes it'll, if you have a very good computer, I personally have never had that experience, but it should work quickly, but I've never had it work quickly. And I feel like if you have a single image on your computer, it will not work quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So the blur, it's like if you are working in raster here. So you're permanently editing every single time. So you're working directly on a raster. So, blur versus smudge. Smudge is more like artsy. Smudge is like the magic wand.
Okay.
Is that you can get really funky with the smudge. Because it literally just like grabs it and then just goes, ugh. So you get kind of like that pixel mosh of whatever is underneath it.
Yeah.
So blur will only blur the edges around the color, while smudging can actually displace the color towards the area you are swiping, effectively moving the color. Yeah.
I see. Do you have a personal preference?
I don't use either of them earnestly. I'm only doing it in a silly, goofy manner. I would say if I'm going to blur something, I'll probably use a Gaussian blur and do it that way. The smudge tool, I feel like if I'm using one of those, I'm probably going to use the smudge tool because there's other ways to do a blur.
Yes, I just had to play around with both of them, and I think it makes much more sense to have like a mask of a blur rather than using the actual tool and making a permanent kind of thing. I feel like that's I think I much prefer the smudge displacement effect.
Yeah.
Artistic choice. Let's give it to the smudge.
Give it up for smudge.
Our next little round down here are these two. And Kel, are you aware of these two? The dodge and the sponge?
I don't use the sponge.
What is the sponge?
So the sponge tool, paint over areas with a sponge tool to increase or decrease color saturation. I've never used the sponge tool.
This is kind of sick. I kind of love this. I mean, but once again, it's like, I can see this being useful for like, I don't know, if you want to like de-redify part of like your skin or something. But like, I think once again, it's a permanent change
about it.
Yeah.
Another
it's
way.
like, I think these are it's encouraging bad behavior. I think it's encouraging bad behavior.
Oh, okay. So I'm using the sponge tool now for the first time. It reminds me of the burn tool.
The burn tool,
which we will get to in the next round. So I guess the dodge tool essentially is,
what is this?
So the dodge tool on top is the white magnifying glass. So this essentially pulls light in.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll increase the, I guess, brightness.
Okay.
The best way to put it. You can target highlights, midtones, or shadows with it, which is kind of cool. So you can really only target shadows if you were trying to brighten something that's a little darker, but you don't want to blow out your highlights. So this is like in retouching. There's, if I'm doing like quick edits on like photos that's going into a bigger design, but it's not applying the bigger effect that I want, I'll go in through the smart object, dodge and burn something to increase some sort of contrast in one area so the effect applies better.
Right.
So
I think that is more of a use case than the sponge, I feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's just other ways to, if you're trying to desaturate something, I feel like you could just desaturate it.
Yeah.
Through a variety of means.
Many different ways, yeah. But it's cool that it exists. It's good to know. Yeah. I think it's nothing wrong with adding tools that are for very small use cases. I think there is no limit to how many tools there are.
If one of these tools that's really niche, if you were like, guys, there is a really cool way to use this, please let us know, because I would actually like to have a purpose for some of these things, because I can't even conceive of the way to use some of these tools.
Let there be some good that comes out of this episode, please. That needs to be that's your duty, dear Kelliot viewers. This is why we are designers who care, all of us. This is what we care about.
And I genuinely love learning.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I've been learning animation and it's really fun. It's been really, really fun.
It's terrifying. I unfortunately can't learn Blender. Too dumb.
That's what I think I'm doing Touch Designer next. I want to learn Touch Designer. That's my Touch Designer. Have you ever used Touch Designer?
No.
It's the stuff you can make. I think you would love Touch Designer. It goes crazy.
I think I would. I've never tried, but
it's insane. But from what I've seen videos of people like with a webcam, like doing shit like this and being able to control like levels and like generating more stuff based on how high their hand is and stuff. And I'm like, obsessed. One of the only programs that has an incredible integration with the Microsoft Kinect.
Is it a free program?
It is a free program. There's paid versions.
That's cool.
But it is mainly free. What you can do in it is pretty incredible. Anyway.
Wow.
Next up, we have the Sharpen tool, right? Sharpen versus Smudge. Okay.
I use the Sharpen tool, but I'll use the Sharpen tool through the filter gallery. Yes. I'm usually trying to sharpen everything.
Yeah. I can see it being useful if you would. But once again, I feel like there's ways to do it. I feel like there's a more practical
use of the Sharpen versus the Smudge. It's got to be a very specific situation for you to need the Smudge tool.
Yeah.
I say Sharpen.
I agree. And not, maybe if you were new to Photoshop, you would think it was the triangle tool. Can you imagine?
Man, who would think that?
Who would think that?
That's crazy. Probably the same people who think the freeform pen tool is the same as a pencil tool.
Yep. Good thing we cut that part out of the video, right? Okay, next up is the Dodge tool versus the Burn tool, or as I like to call it, the Pinch tool.
Is the opposite
of the Dodge. I'm seeing this as I'm trying it on a photo of my face. Oh God!
It is a darkening. It adds shadows.
Wow!
And you can do the same thing: target highlights, midtones, shadows. They're cut from the same cloth.
Yet the symbols are incredibly different.
What
is it, like adding a shadow? Is that what this is? And then the other one is like an ant, like killing an ant, kind of, like the magnifying glass.
I genuinely have no clue what the logic is for the Burn tool being a hand doing that.
Yeah.
I cannot conceive of a single reason.
Like blocking the sun or something? That's weird. Like, it's very, very bizarre.
Yeah, is it like making like a little shadow?
You found it, Jared? The meaning? It represents the physical hand that traditional darkroom photographers use to manipulate light and darken specific areas of a photographic print during the printing process. Wow. It's an honorable gesture towards traditional darkroom photographers?
What
the hell?
To manipulate light and darken specific areas of a photographic print during the entire printing process? That's...
Jared, can you also tell me why the sponge tool icon is a sponge? That's, I do like the thought process behind it. I think it makes much more sense to just do the opposite, like try and find a direct, like trying to find I mean, I'm not gonna, this video isn't about criticizing the
just some
icon
tips for
design.
Adobe.
But it is, it's a nice touch. I think that's cute.
It's one of those things where Adobe doesn't, like some of the ways in which they approach labeling things sometimes don't, like one counterpart will be like, oh, that makes sense. That's why that hotkey or that shortcut is that, or that's why that icon is that. And then it's like counterpart is like completely utterly different.
Jared here, the Dodge tool is the same as well. It's also the traditional darkroom photographers use. So I think they are counterparts, but we're just not aware of them because we're
it's one of those things where it's like it's one of those things where it's like you have to think about like, am I designing for designers or am I designing for normal people?
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like it's very cool, metaphorical, paying homage.
Yeah.
There's layers to it. Will the average person, when you're thinking about like UX design, when you're thinking about the ways in which people use your program, you have to think of, I can't necessarily be putting art as the forefront here all the time. Sometimes it is good to have like, is this the most logical thing? Because I bet like a lot of people, I don't know that. I've worked in Photoshop for like 15 years. I did not know that.
I think there's something really cute about that. I'm going to say that. I think the essence of design is shit like this, where it's like, I think it's like stuff for us that we can pick up on and then we know, and then most people won't even care. They just read the name of the tool and then they attach the icon to it. And I think it's quite cute that they do a little. I think all of them should be. I love it. I think this is very cute.
What's the little details of the original like programmers of Adobe when they still had good in their heart?
Yeah. Did you guys just see what I did there? By the way, I forgot that we can. It's like they're doing this. Mine off. That's what the symbol should be.
I think it's whimsical.
I agree.
But I'm curious to see how many people actually will put that together.
Yeah.
As
which one would you like to? I think they're both like they do the same thing but in different ways. You know what I mean by that. But like
like I use the dot or the burn tool more.
Burn tool more. I shout out to the burn tool.
I do.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Okay. Now our final challenge of this wildcard is appointing the sharpen tool versus the burn tool.
I feel like burn.
I think burn as well because I think we can give sharpen to like a general effect. I think that one's quite easy.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the burn tool getting promoted all the way up to here. Put it in the semifinal of this round.
I can't believe that out of all of the tools, the burn tool made it up. I'm fine with that.
To the burn tool. Okay, a few more to go, everyone. We have
okay.
Looks like 12.
Yeah.
Okay. First up, who are we? We have the Uno reverse card and that is the red eye. That is the red eye one. I know that we talked about that before, right? And where do we even find the content aware move tool and the red eye tool? Okay. For the J shortcut.
Content.
Fuck me.
Okay, I have my J as the patch tool.
Right. That's next. That's
because I think that makes sense.
The winner of this will be versing the patch tool. I want to give this to so according to Jared, the top one here, the content aware move was big before Gen AI. I've always appreciated all of Adobe's content aware things. Once again, they were behind the curve. They should have just called it AI aware stuff rather than AI subject and we wouldn't have cared. No one would have batted an eye until they announced generative AI. I think the red eye tool though is I think that's such a fun and necessary feature. Because it happens in photos. And I'll never figure out why. So I think we can give it to, I think either of these is going to lose to the patch tool anyway.
I can see, I get what the content aware move tool is. I feel like it's similar to the patch tool. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
I would just use the patch tool. But I'm interested in that because sometimes the patch tool doesn't do a good job.
Right. Well, when it comes to versus the red eye tool, do you have a...
I would say the red eye tool. I would say the red eye tool. It clears, yeah.
Love that. And
very
now we have
quick, easy feature.
We can actually move down. Yes, we'll move down to this layer here where we have my personal goat, the eraser tool, versus the background eraser tool, which is something that I don't use. I'm going to have to say the eraser tool, background eraser, I think we've got like so many other things that can do that as well. Eraser tool can be used for rounding edges and many other purposes. I think that's a winner to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we're going to see great things from the eraser tool in this bracket. if I have any say in it. All right, the patch tool versus the red eye tool.
I feel like I have to give it to the patch tool. I use the patch tool a lot.
I agree. Red eye tool is too niche. Next we have the
heal versus the who
spot heal, right? Is that it?
Spot healing versus the healing. So what's the difference?
Spot healing versus healing brush. Oh man.
Spot healing. Healing brush lets you repair.
One you sample, one is auto. I think auto is bad. I think being able to sample stuff yourself gives you more control. I'm giving it to the which one's which, Jared? Which one? Spot? Okay, I'm giving it. Yeah, I think Spot's the winner here for these tools that I love and that hold very dear to my heart. Okay, I actually really like this. Here we go. This is some good stuff. Everyone tune in for this part. This is the stamp versus clone. Sorry, the clone stamp tool versus the pattern stamp tool. The stamp being one of my favorite tools. Clone stamp at least being one of my favorite tools in the whole suite.
I agree.
Sorry, it was the retracting on the last one. Jared has fixed the error. That's what strike one. It's the healing, not the spot healing. The Maddie healing. How about that? Clone stamp versus pattern stamp. Now, I think if you were a big user of patterns, the pattern stamp would be a good help. I know people who use patterns. I know that there's, you can do cool things with that. But I think I find
use clone stamp.
I use the clone stamp a lot in my, surprisingly a lot. I
Clone
think it's
stamp,
really
she's
fun.
been around
for
a long time. Like,
yeah, I think it's
as
really
long as
useful
I
tool.
can remember.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I just love like being able to and using shift to make straight lines and with it as well and shit like that. Like just getting cool and then stamping on the stuff that you've stamped to like slowly build up like a real big stamp. I love that.
You can make something crazy.
Yeah. I find it really, really enjoyable. It's just fun. I think it's really fun. I like the little preview circle that it gives you and everything. It's whimsy. Yeah, it's cool. Being able to change the brush dots.
What if we showed this piece over here?
Yeah.
And I love that.
Next up, we have the eraser tool versus the magic eraser tool.
Okay, and now what does the magic
eraser tool?
Similar to the magic wand in that it selects areas of similar color with a single click, but the magic eraser tool then permanently deletes those areas.
Oh God, I'm using it now. It's quite freaky. It's like the magic, it just skips the step of the magic wand. So I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. You get like no say over it. It just kind of, yeah, it's like imagine if the area that you clicked with the magic wand just deleted it instead of you being able to see it first and then delete it.
Oh God. Oh,
maybe
I
if you're
hate
looking
that.
for like a real rush job, I get it, but like otherwise, yeah, fuck off. Like that seems like, yeah.
It's like, let me know.
Exactly.
Before you. Like, whoa.
Do we need to be that efficient? Okay. Eraser tool versus clone stamp tool.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. We'll start with the patch tool versus the healing. Patch tool versus healing tool. So what does the patch tool do again?
The patch tool, so you select something. Like if you had like a bird in a sky that you wanted to just remove, you could just circle that bird and then you just click and drag and then it'll auto fill something in.
There's
versus
so many
the
ways
heal
of doing
tool,
that in Photoshop. Yeah.
The heal tool is similar, but it's more of like a one-click type of thing, and it'll make a guess of whatever is around it. Versus with the patch tool, you can kind of decide more fine-tune of like drawing.
Then we got to give it to the patch. We got to give it to the patch if that's the case.
Heal also, Heal tries to blend. The patch tool also, I think, tries to blend the edges, but sometimes the patch tool does a really shite job.
Okay. Interesting.
Like sometimes the things it comes up with are crazy. Like it'll pull something from a completely different part of an image and it'll just, you can use the patch tool to your own detriment. You can just keep going and it'll get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Content Aware was meant to be the patch upgrade. Well, unfortunately, Content Aware lost out to the red eye tool in the first stage. Unfortunately, we just cannot justify it being any higher than the red eye tool.
Going back to the very rudimentary content aware object removal type of things where it's like, no, clone stamp.
Yeah.
No, just clone stamp. That's all we needed.
Okay, clone stamp versus eraser tool.
This is personal for you.
This is personal because I think the eraser is like it's like the move tool. It's necessary. It makes every tool should have an eraser of some sort. It just like you go, I don't want that part of my image, and you can use the eraser tool to get rid of it. Simple. There are many other ways of doing that, of course, but the most human way of doing it, when we grew up, when we were kids, when we were having fun, it's play. It's going back to the pen and paper.
It's tactile.
Exactly. It's going when I needed to rub out a mistake, I use the eraser, and it makes sense to import that into a digital thing. Unfortunately, we do not have. We do not have a physical clone. There is no such thing as a clone stamp in real life, and so it's kind of a new thing for our heads to grasp. Whereas the eraser, I think, is a beginner's. It's accessible. It's awesome. It's destructive editing. You're right, Jared. I love destructive editing.
What I was going to say. I don't use the eraser tool very often because I would rather use a mask.
Crazy.
The brush tool. Mm-hmm. Because I fear destructive editing.
It makes a lot of sense. But that's not what this is about.
You blaze paths when you open Photoshop. Your Photoshop's going...
I'm a one and done guy. I'm like, once this file is closed, I'm never touching it again. Like once everything is permanent.
That's the difference between someone who regularly has to deal with really irritating clients with a billion Julian changes.
How would Elliot make lines without the eraser? Exactly, Jared. You take a rectangle, you rasterize the rectangle, and then you use the eraser tool to get it thinner. It's very smart. You just hold one side, you press shift, and then you click the other side. You take a rectangle. You take a normal square, you get the eraser tool, and you draw a circle, and that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Okay, I think I will give it to the clone stamp, though. I think the clone stamp is a really good tool. I really like it.
Really? Okay, Elliot, this whole time, it's eraser, eraser, eraser.
Oh, I did it for the clip. I think the clone stamp is the... I think the clone stamp.
Oh. Well, I have egg on my face. I was unaware that there's been a bit going on for the past 2 hours.
No, I think I can't. The glazing has to stop eventually, and I think the clone stamp is something that overtakes it.
I thought your glaze was earnest.
Stamp. It is earnest until we get to the clone. Like we get to the clone stamp, then I have to admit. I
was unaware that you also felt this passionate about the clone stamp tool.
You would think at the 2 hour mark of recording, I would have nothing else to say about the eraser tool, but that's I still had more to say. Patch tool.
It's okay. Patch tool versus clone stamp. I feel like I'm going to have to give this to clone stamp.
Yeah, I think that's...
because of what I was saying about patch tool is you can have too much of a good thing and it can get scary.
Yeah, I love that. I think clone stamp, I love the manual nature to it. I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
Clone stamp tool versus burn tool.
Oh, clone stamp.
Clone stamp. Clone stamp.
Clone stamp.
Good on Burn for trying that. And everyone, there we have it. We have our retouching champ. Our retouching champ is here. And our semi-final bracket is set. Now we're into, this is what you've all been waiting for. This is what it's all about.
Final four.
The final four. Place your bets now. Let's get right into it. Let's decide on our ultimate champion, Kel.
So we have move and select champion.
Yeah.
Magic wand versus the drawing and type champion, pen tool.
Huge. This is huge. These are four. Honestly, looking at these four right now, would not have expected this. Would not have expected this at all.
These are four like OG tools.
Yeah.
Like very like back to basics.
Yeah.
Type of tools.
Now, Magic wand versus pen. I think you can get. I think the magic wand can give you the can do more for you than for most applications. I think the magic wand can do more for you than the pen can.
I would disagree.
Interesting. Oh, we're gonna be here all day. God damn it. Just when this was going to be on the shorter side of a Kelliot episode.
Interesting. I know. This was supposed to be an easy episode, if you'd believe.
Yeah, legit.
Okay, now let me plead my case. Okay. With the pen tool, the versatility, and again, because some people are very afraid of the pen tool, it's intimidating. They don't know the power that they can unleash with the pen tool. When I think about practical, I reach for the pen tool because I need to cut something out of an image. And if I need to get specific, the magic wand tool is going this. What if I got this and this? No, you wanted this. How about this?
And I love that about
That's the experience. But like practically speaking, I don't find as much of a use for it. If I'm getting freaky deaky, silly goofy, I go for the magic wand because I want that sporadic scatter, the unpredictability versus the pen. I can just do so much with it. You can do shape building with that. It's much harder to make a shape with the magic wand tool.
See, like the panic that you're suggesting with the magic wand, like if you've personified it to be like, hey, let me do all this, you got to understand the magic wand, we can't consider it on its own. We have to pair it with the eraser tool. So when we have the magic wand being like, this, the eraser tool is sitting there in the background, whispering in your ear going, don't worry, I'll clean it up. That's how I use these tools.
But the eraser tool isn't here right now. The eraser tool isn't with us.
And the pen can do it all on its own. I think, I got to give up at one point. I think I'm happy to move on with the pen tool.
I love Miss Magic Wand.
I know. It's the people's princess. But I think,
it's Princess Diana right there.
I think the pen tool, I think that's so fair.
Okay. Now brush, the paint champion brush versus the retouching champion clone stamp.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. Look at this. This is wild. Everyone will have a different opinion on this. Everyone uses Photoshop in different ways.
As we've learned, I've so many different ways.
There is no right answer. I personally
think there are wrong ones.
Yeah. I think I think, we got to think about where the brush tool started in this bracket. It beat out the pencil tool because we didn't know what the pencil tool was. It's had it easy. The clone stamp tool has had to get through a lot to get here. And I think I genuinely, like, when I think about things I love to do, like I love the clone stamp tool in Photoshop. Like, it brings me joy. It brings me joy using it. I get excited when I have to use it because I think it's such a fun tool and it's so intuitive. The brush tool is just a necessary thing and makes perfect sense, of course. You can change the brushes. There's a lot of different ways that, like, the brush change feature, like, that's pretty amazing what you can do. It's pretty, you can make unlimited. Your own. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. And honestly, now that I think of it, I think about the art history brush.
Think about the art history brush. Think about the
legacy of this brush, the history of the brush. I think
the versatility.
I think, I see the brush being the
practical
clone stamp makes
purposes.
Sense. Yeah, I think brush. It's a good tool. What do you think? You agree?
I love the clone stamp tool, but there's so much you can do with the brush.
Yeah. Let's give it to the brush.
Which
means that our final bracket to find the ultimate champion is the pen tool versus the brush tool. Who would have thought we'd end up here?
This is Shaq and Kobe.
Truly. And real NBA heads would say there's a clear winner if that's the case.
And I would say it's the one that's still alive.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. Yeah, they win the game. I think. Yeah, God.
They're both horrible people. So I think you know where I'm going.
I don't.
Okay. That's awesome. What are you leaning?
I'm leaning towards brush because I don't use pen that much, and I've had it in the last 2 minutes. I've really come around on brush. Like the times I've had to make like custom brushes and like being able to do all those rotation effects and stuff, I'm like, this shit is awesome. Like the stuff that you can do in the brush is really, really cool. The pen tool, I can go to Illustrator.
I think you just sealed the deal. I think that's like if we're talking
about
like
Photoshop,
like true goated pen, Illustrator. But if we're talking about true goated brush or
general illustration, like some like adding a stroke to a brush. Oh, all this like I love.
Like you can do. I love it. Like one could say making a line.
You
do
can
that
make a
with the brush
line
tool.
with the brush tool.
Yeah. Let's
I think
practice
that's I think that's the if your background
I
is
think it makes
white and your
sense.
illustration is black, you can use it as an eraser.
Yeah, like think about like truly the versatility of it. It can be an eraser.
It can be anything.
It can be anything.
Yeah. I didn't think it would
Why
come
is
to this.
why is the
but
brush kind of non-binary?
brush is and that's
Brush
what I
can be
love about it.
anything.
It's truly like it explores all of that. It's just so it's not stuck on any kind of binary. It's beautiful.
It's up to interpretation. You know, everybody can experience it in a unique way.
Yeah.
And it's very
And-
intuitive too. Like there's not really a learning curve with the brush.
No,
It's very simple.
you get it. Like it's like finger
just
painting,
is.
right? It's like being a
Yeah,
kid
yeah.
again.
And I think that's what Photoshop's all about.
That's really what it's all about.
Childlike
And that's
wonder.
the main conclusion of this is childlike wonder. It truly is. Wow. It's the same thing as painting. And there's something so beautiful about that. Well done to the brush tool. Add that crown, Jared. A royal crown.
Clean.
That is ultimate champion for
brush
the
tool.
Kelliot Photoshop tool bracket. We got there in the end. Well done. Well done.
Wow.
I
The
thought
brush tool.
I thought it was going to go to type, magic wand, something like that. But I'm glad we got to it. It makes sense.
I think the rationale for the brush, just because it can really be anything.
Yeah.
And all the other tools have some sort of limitation. The brush can it can truly be anything. So, wow.
Incredible. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let us know your
Brush.
thoughts, everyone, is watching this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that was we were so wrong? It was it's ridiculous. Do you think we were
Are you
so
still mad about us
right?
getting the pencil tool wrong? And that's fair.
Completely justified.
You know, completely, utterly justified.
Yeah. But make sure to head on over to the Patreon so you can get your own bracket, and you'd like to submit it over there so we can see and we can chat more about it. And if you'd like to see us do this in more programs as well, let us know. Of course, we know how to use Illustrator too, and that's probably the only other program I'd be interested in doing this for.
How dare you leave InDesign out in the cold like that? She's always forgotten.
Oh God, InDesign,
She's the middle
I'm just like,
child. InDesign's the middle child of the big three.
Truly. I mean, Premiere Pro is so good. I'd put that in the big three for sure. But it's different. It's different. It's not
Premiere's
graphic design.
good when I'm happy. When I'm in a bad mood,
Yeah.
Premiere tests. She tests me. Why'd they remove all those cool effects that I needed, like channel blur?
Yeah.
Why'd
So-
they make them all obsolete effects? What's wrong with
So
that?
true.
What's wrong with that?
So true. Should we do a song of the
all right.
week?
Well, I think we shall.
Nice.
Do you have yours?
I do have mine. My song of the week this week is going to be Calabasas, California 91302 by Albert Hammond. This was on a Derek G, friend of mine, playlist called Yacht Club, I think, and it kind of goes crazy. We played this at the photo shoot for the new Kelliot cover. And it went really.
That's a good idea.
It was really, put in some music. Make sure there's music playing at your shoot that
Oh, I
you
will.
haven't done yet,
Oh,
which
definitely.
is hilarious that you guys are seeing this like a month and a half after the launch.
They don't even
I
know.
love
They
it.
don't even know.
I love
Oh
batching
my
this
God.
stuff. But yeah, it's a great song. It's a great song. That's my song of the week.
Beautiful. My song is Love Me Different by Hayley Williams. Wonderful album. One of my favorite albums that's come out this year.
Nice.
And I'm not like a big Paramore head, but I enjoy Hayley Williams.
Nice.
And I really liked that album. I didn't love her first two solo albums, but this one really, something happened to her
Yeah.
on the Eras tour. I think.
Okay.
So, okay. And then for our font of the week, it's just Futura Medium. That's the
Wow.
exact one.
Wow.
I was using it this week on a client, and I was like,
It still goes crazy.
it's so good. It's the brush tool.
Yeah, that's a great way of
Futura is so versatile.
yeah.
Like, and it pairs so beautifully with itself. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Nice. Well,
Futura medium in all caps, though. Gross.
Fair.
I don't like how the M points go above the ascender.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's it
Yeah.
called? What's that called? Oh, it is the ascender. Yeah.
Our Kelliot said so submission of the week is from Neve Designs, who has joined in on our player card challenge back from that episode. Here is a player card for the iconic Katie McCabe from Arsenal. That's my family's team, would you believe? That's who we support. My Austrian grandfather is an Arsenal head, and then somehow
Jared's going crazy.
Yeah, Jared's an Arsenal guy as well, I guess.
He's having a great time,
I don't know
actually.
why I have such an attachment to them, but it's kind of in the blood. But this is sick. I love the font combination. That is
The colors here.
The color's beautiful. I love that orange.
Colors. Beautiful colors.
The texture in the background as well. So clean. Little like halftone.
I love the rounded corners.
Yeah.
You could do that with the eraser tool.
Oh, just look at that.
Oh, the halftone on
So
that.
good. Some of the Kel tutorial little additions here with that white line. Love that.
It's the
I still
Anthony
use
Simons,
that. It's so good.
who is
Unreal.
now on the Boston Celtics.
Crazy.
That was like getting shot in the face.
Crazy moment.
That was horrible.
But well done, Neve. Great submission.
Beautiful. Love this. The little like drop shadow, the white drop shadow
So good.
on the actual cutout
Yeah.
of Katie here.
Beautiful.
Great stuff.
Beautiful.
Great stuff.
Unreal. Well, Kel, that brings us to the end of today's episode. A short one today, definitely on the shorter
quick
side.
One. Quick one. Perfect. It's really remarkable. You know, I want to remind everyone. I want to make sure that you're liking these videos here on YouTube, because we are a collaborative YouTube channel, and you're also following us over on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We're good, and also funny things sometimes happen. And also giving us 5 stars on Spotify, because if it drops below 5 stars, Elliot and I will need to be institutionalized. So please keep that, above board. It is a threat. So also merch. Guys.
Yeah, true. Those will be up there. Plug. But I imagine they sold it instantly. So knowing you guys.
Yeah.
It's the first piece of merch I'm ever
You don't need
releasing
us
under my name.
it's crazy. We don't need to tell you. You guys know what to do, because you guys are the best, because you care. I think that's beautiful.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Head on over to the Patreon if you wanted to help support the channel. Thank you again to Jared for putting this bracket together. What an insane bracket. That was unreal.
Unreal. Banger after banger. Jared, guys, show some love for Jared.
Turns out having a third
Good.
member is actually really makes things so much easier.
It actually,
and better.
when you have two people who have like a fruit fly brain, it's really nice to have someone else who's like on Earth. So,
Yeah.
and who cares? That's the thing. He cares.
He cares.
He cares.
He's under the same bracket. Too easy.
Where's my
Thanks
microphone?
everyone for watching. Have a good one, and we'll see you next week for some more Kelliot.
Bye, guys.
Bye.